Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of The Shift. Listen, we are on part 4 of intentional focus. This is also the final few days left of May as we inch toward June, right? Which is going to be the last month of the second quarter. And we're going to get right into it. If you have not listened to parts 2 and 3, I encourage you to go back and listen to parts 2 and 3. Today we are on part 4 of intentional focus. We know the third quarter is right around the corner. So a couple of updates for my company Strategic Collaboration Network. As we get close to the third quarter, which officially kicks off on July the 1st, make sure you have already signed up to be on our email list, because that's how you're going to get updated information on our events, our seminars, webinars, or services being offered. So you definitely want to join our email list. Somewhere with this podcast is a link that you can go to and make sure you sign up to get on that email list. So again, today we're talking about intentional focus. And today, specifically, we want to talk about the unfiltered version of you. The unfiltered version of you. So if we're talking about walking in intentional focus, one of the things we have to be very mindful of is that we have to walk in the unfiltered version. Sometimes through life, we put on multiple masks to fit in, to get along, to just go along with whatever's flowing, not to rock the boat, if you will. But sometimes the boat needs to be rocked. And sometimes we have to get to a place in our life that we are postured in such a way that we're showing up as our authentic self. When we look at the word unfiltered, it means not having been toned down or censored or edited. Perhaps could it be that we have not been able to totally be laser focused and intentional with whatever our goals, our purpose, our mission for our life is, because we have been watered down? Have we watered down who we truly are just to fit in, just to get along and flow along? And therefore, we are not showing up as our true identity. Again, unfiltered means to have been toned down, censored, or edited. When I looked up the word unfiltered, it also said it has no bounds. Sometimes when you're trying to hit a goal and you want to have intentional focus, you can't be put into a box. Intentional focus, there are no barriers, but sometimes we've conditioned our life and we are living in a box. It is a barrier. Although unfiltered way of living means no boundaries, yet why do we find ourselves in boundaries? Why do we find ourselves in boxes? Why do we find ourselves sometimes in quicksand and we feel like we just sinking and we're not moving forward? We don't have a sturdy, stable position in life, right? If we don't have a sturdy, stable position in life, intentional focus is going to be always you're chasing for it and never really able to hold on to the focus. You have to focus on your focus. That's something I heard many years ago. Stay focused on your focus. When we look at the word unfiltered, it means ideas are pushed beyond boundaries. Sometimes we play it safe and we just stay in the box or the land of the familiar, and we're afraid to move out. I get it. I understand it. We all have been there. My hand included goes up. But if we want to live an intentional life that is focused on your purpose of what it is you're trying to do, you have to be willing to push the boundaries. Will everyone like it? No. Will everyone support you? No. That's just no all day. But you have to know who you are. And sometimes you got to get into a quiet place to rediscover who you are and what it is for you to do. When you talk about living the unfiltered version of you, that means keeping an open mind and you're ready to take risk, educated risk, calculated risk. I'm not just saying go out there and just not having a strategy at all. But sometimes we have to be willing to push the envelope. Sometimes we have to be willing to go beyond where we are right now. Also, when you live a life that is unfiltered, when you're speaking and when you're communicating, there is no hidden messages. You're putting the cards on the table, as they say, right? So when you have intentional focus, there is no hidden message. You need to get clear with yourself first. So when you communicate to people, sometimes when we talk about our business, sometimes I hear people say, my business isn't growing. Well, maybe you're not living the unfiltered version of you, and it's showing up in the workplace. It's showing up in your business. And because you're not living an unfiltered lifestyle, your messaging through your business is not clear. Maybe your message is not clear for your business model, and that's why you're not hitting or reaching the target audience that you want to have, right? When you live unfiltered, it's very clear, it's very concise. People know who you are, what you're about, and what you stand for, and it will translate into your business model. When you get to be very clear with who you are, when you start to live an intentional lifestyle that's very focused and unfiltered, your message will be clear. Your message of who you are will be clear, and your messaging about your business model will be clear. You're going to be very direct with your communication. You're going to be very clear, and you're going to have specific action steps that you take without the fluff. It's the season of the fluff is over. We gotta take off the mask. Sometimes when we put on the mask, we are masking who we truly are. And if we're masking who we truly are, how can our business thrive? How can our business be successful? Because we're not walking into purpose. We're walking and we're treading on thin ice, hoping the ice doesn't break and we fall and burst through. It's time. That season is dead. That season is done. It's time for us to quickly move forward into the direction of our dreams with a clear focus. It's time to take the mask off. It's no more just going along to get along, to fit in. If the authentic version of you is not accepted, then that is not the place you belong. You need to check your surroundings. Do a circle check, as they say. Because as we are about to close out the second quarter, we about to go into the last month of the second quarter. And third quarter, July 1st is right around the corner. Time waits for no one. We don't have time to keep wearing the mask. We don't have time to continue to, walk around treading like we're treading on thin ice, not really sure what steps we need to take. No, we need to get very clear with ourselves first, because if we're not clear with who we are first, we can't give a clear message to nobody, right? You are not one dimensional. Sometimes as we're building our business, we're building our organizations, we're building our brand, people will say, oh, you doing this now, or you doing that now. Well, who are you? What are you? Listen, you're not one dimensional. I know I'm not one dimensional. You carry a gift on the inside of you that will multiply, and it will bless the world when you tap into who you are with intentional focus. I'm going to say it again. You carry a gift that will multiply and bless the world when you tap into who you are with intentional focus. Don't be surprised as you evolve. Not everyone is going to be your cheering squad. That just comes with the territory. It just comes with it. Everyone will not cheer for you, but there will be a subgroup of people that will have your best interests at heart, and they will be there for you. As you continue to grow and get clear with your message, your target audience will be naturally drawn to you. No one knows the countless hours that you put in behind the scene in building brick by brick, layer by layer. Again, nothing has been handed. You've worked for this. And because you've worked for this season, it's time for you to live a life that is unfiltered. It's time to walk into the unfiltered version of who you are. You must keep your eyes fixed forward. The question that I have for you and myself, and to anyone that you're going to forward this link onto with this podcast, have you made space for what is to come? Sometimes we have no space. Everything is too full. Our time is full. We make no space to declutter our mind. We make no space to declutter our space, literally. And we make no space in our life for what is to come. It's too cluttered. It's too cluttered. So if we're talking about having intentional focus, we got to take a moment to declutter. Use the month of June if you need to take a moment to declutter. June is the last month of the second quarter. It's time to focus on how are you going to close it out. I know you want to close it out strong. In order for us to close it out strong, there's certain things you need to say to yourself, that this is the last time you're going to doubt yourself. This is the last time you're going to quit on yourself. This is the last time you will devalue yourself or let anyone else do it. This is the last time sitting down on your dream because of fear of failure. This is the last time you will be financially displaced. This is the last time you won't get approved for what you applied for. This is the last time forcing yourself to stay stuck when you know it is time for you to evolve higher. This is the last time you will debate with yourself about moving ahead in life. No more caught between two decisions because you're indecisive. This is the last time you will feed your mind, your body, your spirit with junk that is not propelling you forward. This is the last time. This is the last time. It is time to pursue. It is time to conquer and hit your goals. There are certain quotes that I want to share. It is when you are in transition that we are most completely alive. We are all in a transitional phase of our life. Every single one of us. And it's seasons of our life, right? Sometimes people are going to cycle into our life. Sometimes people are going to cycle out of our life. And that is okay. You have to become okay with the transitions of life as a leader. As a business owner, whatever, as a leader in your own family, we got to get accustomed to transitions. If we don't get accustomed to transitions, when the transitions happen, it will immobilize us. It will paralyze us, and we will be stuck like we're in cement has been poured on our feet, and it got so thick and tight and strong to the point we are not even moving forward. There's another quote that says, those times of transitions are great opportunities to look forward. Look forward to the patterns in your life, right? Make the adjustments that you need to make to build on the good. And sometimes we got to build on those challenging moments, right? There are going to be challenging times that come. That just comes with the territory. Transitions in life can offer opportunities for discovery. And that's a quote by Robbie Shell. Again, what transitions in your life are present? And then I want you to peel back the layers, and I want you to look at it. What opportunities are there for self-discovery, right? You've been helping other people to discover who they are. Now it's time for you to take the next couple of months to rediscover who you are. And sometimes God brings times of transitions to create transformation. Yeah, the transition come to create transformation. Transition comes to create transformation. Sometimes we resist transition. If we resist the transition, how can we be transformed? There's a higher level we all are called to. There's a higher level that we need to grow to, but we can't if we're not willing to go through the transition. And with the transition, something is going to shed away. The old mindset that we once had is going to shed away. Everybody's not going to embrace the new you. Think about a caterpillar. I love butterflies, but before it turns into a butterfly, there's a transformation process. There's a transformation process. Something is happening in that cocoon. There's something happening before it bursts out of the cocoon. And that is where you are. Sometimes we feel that we're in the cocoon season of our life, and we know our mindset has shifted, but maybe everything around us haven't shifted. Maybe everything around us is still the same. And we're like, no, I don't want to live in this place any longer. This place no longer sustains me. This place no longer feeds me. It is time for me to transform and morph into the butterfly that I am. It is time for me to transform. And yet sometimes when we know it's time for us to transform, sometimes all hell is going to break loose. Chaos is going to break loose. Trouble is going to break loose. The naysayers are going to start naysaying. Doubters are going to start coming around. And sometimes people are going to want to hold you in your past when it's time for you to evolve and transform. There's another quote that says, the future is always around us, waiting in moments of transition, to be born in moments of revelation. No one knows the shape of that future or where it will take us. We know only that it is always born in pain. Sometimes beauty comes after the pain or the death of a relationship, the pain or the death of the ending of a season that we're like, I don't know if I want this season to end, but we know that in order for us to move forward, it has to end. It must end. Another quote says, light precedes every transition, whether at the end of a tunnel, through a crack in the door, or the flash of an idea. It is always there, hurling around us as a new beginning. I want you to look for the light. Look for the light of your transition. There's light that's trying to enter into any dark space of your life. And sometimes the darkness want to consume us and make us think that this is all that life has to offer. This is all that life is. No. You seek after and you pursue your goals. You pursue your dream. There's a glimmer of light that's in your mindset that says, even though I know all these things happening around me, I know it got to be more to life than this. I know greater is waiting for me. Greater is waiting for you on the other side of your transition, but you're staying on the side of safe, and it is time for you to cross over. It is time for you to live the unfiltered version of yourself. There's another quote that says, when shifts and transition in life shake you to your core, see that as a sign of greatness that is about to occur. Sometimes there has to be a shaking in your life for you to finally say, I'm ready to let go of this. I'm done with this season of my life. That is no longer who I am. I don't want it. I'm not going to be that person anymore. I am walking into purpose. I am walking into greatness. And you know what? I'm going to surround myself with greatness. I'm going to surround myself with positivity. I'm going to surround myself with those things that's going to feed me. Now, what I want you to do over the next 7 days, I want you to take action. Take action. What does that look like for you? It's going to look different for every single person. You know, there are certain things on your list that you still want to accomplish, but it hasn't been accomplished yet. It's things on your list that you want to manifest, but you haven't manifested yet. I want you to look at that list. I want you to pick one of those things, and I want you to manifest it in the next 7 days. And another question I have for you is, how will you end the second quarter of 2024? Listen, when the second quarter is done, July 1st is coming. That's the third quarter. How are you going to move in the third quarter? How are you going to build in the third quarter? What are you going to do? Listen, I want to share some updates with you, upcoming dates. This is the last podcast for this quarter for myself. In the show, The Shift, we're going to pick back up in the fall. Specifically Tuesday, September the 10th is when the new edition, the new episodes is all going to be released in fall. Tuesday, September 10th is the new release of The Shift. Now, we know we have a networking event on Friday, May 31st. It kicks off at 6:30 p.m. Then on June 22nd is the Extreme Business Conference in Virginia. Then July 10th and July 13th is the release of the 8 Steps Reloaded. I originally published my original book back in 2014, but 8 Steps Reloaded, the 10th anniversary from the original publication, is going to be released this summer, July 10th and the 13th. Then on July 18th, we have a phenomenal webinar so businesses can learn about how to make sure their business is legally structured properly. It's going to be a discussion on trademark and contracts. Then on July 27th is the CEO Network Mixer in Nashville, Tennessee. Then on August the 10th is a client appreciation event at 2 p.m. And then on August the 24th is the CEO Network Mixer in Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, if you want to stay plugged into everything that's going on, I encourage you to go to my personal website, KatherineTrotter.com. Again, that's CATHERINE, Trotter.com. And then also check out SEN website, which is strategiccnetwork.com. Again, that's strategiccnetwork.com. You can also follow SEN on Facebook and Instagram under Strategic Collaboration Network. Listen, I wish everybody a phenomenal summer. Make sure you get on our mailing list, because that's how you're going to stay updated all throughout the summer. And then again, the next podcast show is going to be September the 10th. I'm flat out excited for the greatness that you're about to make happen over the next 7 days. And you know I'm going to see you at the top. This is your season. Don't give up and don't give in. Hey, this is your season. Remember, don't give up and don't give in. I'm going to see you at the top.